bit of clarity about what we're Okay, hopefully this gives people a little bit of clarity about what we're talking about today. But if you imagine that this is your pelvis and this person is facing that way, you can tilt your pelvis forward, which is an anterior pelvic tilt, or you can tilt your pelvis backward, which is a posterior pelvic tilt, which is what we talked about last week. Okay, and then you have your rib cage, which you stack on top of your pelvis, and you can have your ribs tilted up in the front, which is a rib flare, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. Or today, we're talking about when you tuck your ribs down in the front, and it gives you more of this rounded posture in your upper back. So back here, it makes you round forward. And all of these are significant because they affect how your diaphragm moves in relation to your pelvic floor and how your abs that wrap around the outside are coordinated with your diaphragm and your pelvic floor. All right, and I've got the question a couple of times, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it in my stories, that what's going on at your rib cage does not necessarily tell us what's going on at your pelvis, and vice versa. What's going on at your pelvis doesn't tell us what's going on at your rib cage. You could see any of the combinations, so you have to consider both of them individually. But the reason it's so significant is because if your diaphragm is at the bottom of your rib cage, when you inhale, we want your diaphragm to move down. That helps your pelvic floor to lower, and it helps your abs to expand outward in all directions. And then when you exhale, you want your pelvic floor to lift up, and you want your abs to narrow and contract in all directions. And that pushes up on your diaphragm, that then helps push the air back out of your lungs. So all of these are connected to each other. They all influence each other, and they're all important considerations if you're trying to understand your core function better.